Night, bitch. Hello, and welcome back to the Can I Bitch podcast. I'm your host, Ashley, and I just have one question to ask you. Can I bitch for a second, please? Because Dakota Mortensen, or however you pronounce his name, is Stephen DeMarco in real fucking life. And no one can tell me otherwise. He is a master manipulator. He is a narcissist. And he is so calculated, it is disgusting. It is disgusting. If you're watching this or listening to this, today is March 19th. And everything has just come out about Taylor and Dakota, right? And the news just came out today. ABC is pulling Taylor Frankie Paul's season of The Bachelorette off air. They are not premiering it. It is not happening. And I am so enraged by this because this is exactly how reactive abuse works. Anyone with eyes can see that. Okay, so let me just break it down for you really quick. Back in 2023, I want to say it was, Taylor had gone to jail because her and Dakota got into a heated argument, and one of her kids was there for that argument where she had gotten physical and she had thrown a chair. And allegedly, this is all alleged, allegedly the chair hit her daughter. And all of this was a major point of season 1 of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, right? The first episode is how all of this unfolded. And this is the main reason why it took so long for them to continue filming the season, is because Taylor was going through everything. She was in jail, and I'm pretty sure, don't quote me, she went to rehab because all of this happened while she was drinking, and she hadn't drank anything since. So she had been sober and wasn't drinking because of this situation. I'm pretty sure she had to go to rehab and do all of the classes and everything like that, ordered by the court. Again, I am not your source of information. Don't come to me. Like, I'm not fact-checking anything. I watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Again, just to rephrase, I am not a news source. I am not a credible outlet. I don't know any of these people. I am giving you my opinion based on what I have watched with my own eyeballs and what I perceived of everything. So if you want more accurate information and news with very accurate details, I am not the place. This is just my opinion. Again, these are opinions. So I've watched every single episode of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And throughout those seasons, you see how Dakota and Taylor end up in this vicious cycle of abuse. And that's not just physical abuse. It is emotional abuse. It is verbal abuse. And neither of them are in the right. That is what I want to say most of all. Neither of them are right. Is Taylor's behavior correct or justified? No. Is Dakota's? No. However, my biggest fucking pet peeve with this whole entire situation is that the Bachelorette watched Taylor Frankie Paul on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and they casted her on The Bachelorette because of her rise to fame on Secret Lives, her past. Like, all of these things were on the show. At no point in time has Taylor ever hid anything that has happened to her or anything that she has done. Taylor says it herself. She is an open book. All of this is all over the internet. It is all over our TVs. None of this is a shock. And that's my biggest issue right now is The Bachelorette casted her based on who she was, based on her past, based on her show. You have seen all of that unfold. You have seen her toxic cycle with Dakota, and yet you still casted her. You even made it this major fucking spectacle that she is the only one that is not involved in the Bachelor franchise whatsoever. She is the only Bachelorette that has not come from a different season of The Bachelor. You made it your job to blow up this season and promote it for what it was and promote Taylor for what she was, because you knew that this was going to bring in views and you knew that people were going to watch. Because whether she's a hot fucking mess or she's an amazing Bachelorette, she is going to bring in the views and what you're most worried about, money. Money. Okay? So The Bachelorette and ABC, I have a bone to fucking pick with you. You knew everything that happened with Taylor Frankie Paul in her DV, in her swinging scandal. You know her past, and yet you still casted her and made it a point to tell everyone this is the first Bachelorette that we are casting that is not in the Bachelor franchise. So this is a big fucking deal. You did that. No one else. You chose that. And not for nothing, but the entire fucking Bachelor Nation cult, they didn't want Taylor on since day fucking one. So it is not news, and it is not a shock to me that they listened to every single person bitching and complaining about Taylor. The DV was just another reason to pull her. You gave the Bachelor Nation, fucking stupid ass cult, you gave the Bachelor Nation exactly what they wanted. And what's even worse, anyone with eyes who has watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives knows that Dakota is a master fucking narcissist manipulator. Okay? He has done everything in his power, and at this point fucking succeeded at sabotaging Taylor's Bachelorette experience and sabotaged her going on the show. Because not for nothing, but if you really wanted her to move on and if you didn't want her to be fucking trapped with you for the rest of your life, I mean, granted they have a kid, so they're trapped with each other regardless, but if you didn't want her to stay trapped in your toxic fucking cycle, then you wouldn't have slept with her the night before she left for the Bachelorette. You wouldn't have made her late, made her sick, had sex with her without a fucking condom if you weren't trying to get her pregnant again with another one of your children. And you also wouldn't have FaceTimed her while she was on the way to the fucking airport to leave for the Bachelorette saying, "Save me a rose. Save a rose for me. Promise you will." You are disgusting. You are the definition and epitome of a fucking narcissist. You sabotaged her then. You sabotaged every single thing leading up to it. Circling back, Taylor was arrested and had already done her time and had already dealt with her DV charge from 2023. So I find it fucking convenient that this man, like, oh my god, he is so like Stephen DeMarco, it's insane. He has held on to this video for this long, and this is when he decides to release it. You don't think that's fucking calculated? Every single thing that he has done is so calculated, and you may look at this fucker and you may think he's not smart enough to do that. Yes, he is. Don't discredit his disgusting behavior because you don't think he's smart enough to do that. He is so calculated and so controlling over the situation. He purposely did this to sabotage Taylor going on The Bachelorette. Look at any other premiere. Look at any other season. And you see that any time that Taylor has to go out for press or has an opportunity, it is fucking ruined because he will have purposely gotten into a fight with her to purposely sabotage any chance of her success. It is disgusting. He is a fucking narcissist. If you open up the dictionary, his fucking stupid ass face is right there in the dictionary as a fucking narcissist. Fuck him. So, allegedly, recently, he was beaten up or something. He was scratched by Taylor, and apparently he cares about the well-being of his child all of a sudden, and he's so worried about the welfare of his child. I call fucking bullshit. This is just so typical. I could have predicted this. In fact, most of the internet does predict it. When we keep on putting people who are in the spotlight on a pedestal, we keep on lifting them up and lifting them up and lifting them up just so we can watch them be fucking knocked down, get the freaking floor knocked out from under them. This happens with every single person. Huda from Love Island, okay? She was the star of that show and no one can tell me fucking otherwise, okay? Shelly, I'm just so fucking confused. I'm so confused. Legend has it she's still fucking confused. Anywho, Huda was everyone's favorite and most hated, but we kept on lifting her up and lifting her up and lifting her up, and then all of a sudden canceled her for some bullshit. We will do, or not we, I'm taking myself out of that fucking equation. The internet will do anything to dig up shit from people's past to cancel them, to make sure that they don't get to the top, to make sure that they don't succeed. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting, especially with women. It is always trying to knock down women. God forbid you get too successful. Nope. Surprise, you're canceled for something that happened fucking 25 years ago when you were 7. Like, holy shit. I hate the internet and how much access we all have to people and their lives. We, as human beings, should not have access to every detail about someone's life, about who they're with, about who their kids are, about how old they are and where they live, and this is where they go. Like, we should not be able to have access to all of this information. It is sick and it is wrong. People put their lives out on the line and they put it out on TV and they share their lives with everyone. Taylor being that person. She has never once hid who she was as a person. She said it verbatim from day one. I'm an open fucking book. I mean, not many people go online and expose the fact that they've been involved in a swinging scandal and give gory details, okay? Like, from day one, she never hid what she has done. She has never hid who she was as a person. She has never hid her missteps as a human being and as a mother. Anyone with eyes can see that Dakota does not want her to succeed. Anyone can see that Dakota does not want her to move on and be happy and find love. He wants her trapped in his fucking cycle of toxicity. Okay? Because you're not going to sit here and tell me that he hasn't verbally abused her and hasn't emotionally abused her. And you know what? While we're here, you're not going to sit here and tell me that Jordan wasn't the one releasing these text messages about things he saw and about scratch marks on Dakota's neck, allegedly. that guy will lick Dakota's asshole at any chance he can, because he also hates his wife, and he also hates the fact that she's so successful, and he hates women. Because if he didn't hate women, then he wouldn't be so torn down and jealous and emasculated because Jesse is a multi-millionaire. He hates her, and he hates Taylor for their success and the fact that that dad talk has to ride on their coattails. Okay, because not for fucking nothing, but them welcoming 3 beautiful babies into the world, not Jesse and Jordan, but Jen and Zach, Michaela, and Jace, and Macy, and Jacob? I'm not good at the names, but you're telling me that this event was about the babies, and they're about to release these butterflies who are actively like dying in this box, and Jordan's like, I have to take this moment to make a very important announcement. That's the time and fucking place, you stupid fucking idiot. Oh my gosh, no one irks me like Jordan and Dakota. I think that they are two of the same person. They are narcissists, and they're little fucking crybabies when they don't get to be the center of attention. And I think that when Dakota wasn't getting Taylor's attention anymore, that's when he purposely went for Shania, whatever the fuck her name is. Shania? Because he wanted the attention back on him. So if he can be calculated and purposely go after someone that he knows Taylor has confided in, like Taylor and Shania, they were literally like talking to each other about their recent breakups. And you're telling me that Dakota didn't see that and wasn't like, that'll ruffle Taylor's feathers and that'll make her divert her attention back to me and that'll hurt her. Because Dakota constantly goes below the belt and does things purposely to hurt Taylor. And once again, sabotage. And no one can tell me otherwise. Because if Taylor is going off her fucking rocker about Shania, then she's going to be too emotionally distraught to go to the Bachelorette. And she's going to stay home and try to get her family back together and continue to battle with him over it. So yeah, circling back, I call bullshit on these text messages being released by Dakota's roommate. That was absolutely Jordan, because Jordan and Dakota are in fucking cahoots with each other to keep helping each other bring their significant others down, because they are so emasculated and they are such little pussy fucking men that they cannot handle a woman being more successful than they are. They are literally riding on Mom Talk's coattails to the point where no one gave a shit that Dad Talk is going to the villa. No one gives a shit. I promise you, no one fucking cares. Mom Talk did it first, and that's the only people that we care about. The Secret Life of Mormon Wives was started on and based on the wives. No one gives a fuck about Dad Talk. Sorry, by the way, I'm very fucking passionate about this topic right now because I have seen the comment section on the Bachelorette's Instagram page this entire time, but especially today and yesterday, the comments were sick. The comments were disgusting. Everyone knew about Taylor's past. Number one, why did we gatekeep this video and sell it to TMZ coincidentally during the week leading up to the Bachelorette premiering? If that's not Stephen DeMarco coded, I don't know what is. And why are we acting like this is news? This is 3-year-old stale ass cold tea. And not for nothing, but The drama channels and all of the TikTok pages that are covering this and wanted to be the first to get this news out, this is not tea. Like Steph with the deets or whatever, she drove me up a fucking wall today. She was like, I have the tea. This is not tea. These are real people's lives. These are real children's lives and their mother and their father. These are real people's lives, and this is not tea for you to be the first one to report on this or the first one to release the text messages. I mean, not for nothing, but Steph with the deets put out these text messages and didn't give a disclaimer, but the comments say who Taylor got engaged to and spoiled the entire fucking Bachelorette season, which I guess that's cool now because we're never going to fucking see it. Thanks, ABC. These are not things, like, no one should have access to these things. This is real life business that is between a mother and a father and their children. All of these things should not be accessible to the public. And the fact that someone is so disgusting and desperate to drown Taylor where she's at, metaphorically, obviously, and not let her up for air to move on with life and fucking breathe and be happy and successful on her own without him, that is disgusting. It is so fucking frustrating seeing this girl go through this toxic, abusive, disgusting cycle. And I really hope that, based on the statement that she released about her finally facing her abuser, and I really hope she does say her truth and she does tell her side, because I am so tired of men silencing women and manipulating situations to make it seem like they're the victim when they have just as much of an equal part in the situation that they're in. They are not innocent. No one is saying that what Taylor did is right. And everyone, whether it's viewers or castmates, no one wants Taylor and Dakota together because of how toxic they are. They do not belong together. I think it's just disgusting that holding on to gatekeeping this video and releasing it strategically now is so calculated and so manipulative and is doing the one thing that he has wanted this whole time, which was to sabotage her chance on The Bachelorette. If something happened more recently, obviously that is not okay, and obviously that is not acceptable. However, the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives producers and the Bachelorette producers all know her past. They all know her story. So why are we acting like this is fucking news? And why are we penalizing someone who just a second ago was making you money and was bringing you views and was giving you all the promo in the world? That was okay. But when she is going through something that you knew about and you know her history of, now all of a sudden you listen to all the little minions of Bachelor Nation who are so appalled that they would let Taylor be on The Bachelorette, that all of a sudden they ABC has 24 hours to listen to this, or what are you going to do, not watch? Okay, one less person. And there's still 35 fucking million more people that were aching to tune in to Taylor's season on Sunday. Aching. Most of the people that are outraged, or should I say performatively outraged because all of this is fucking performative, just saying. Because most of these people have never watched The Bachelor. They've never watched Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. They have never seen any of it. And they think that they are being an activist for all of it. You are not brave for saying, ABC, if you don't pull Taylor's season in 24 hours, then I'm never watching another. You never watched. You've never watched The Bachelor. You don't give a fuck. You are just jumping on a bandwagon to beat someone who is already knocked down, who is already on the floor. Apparently, the story is that the producers didn't do their due diligence background checking. You're going to tell me that you haven't watched The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives since day one? That is why you casted her. Because you saw the views and the audience that she brought and how big their show got because of her. Because of her being a hot mess, because of the swinging scandal, because of everything going on with Dakota, because you can see that she spirals and lashes out online every 5 days. You didn't do your due diligence. You didn't do your background checks. I call bullshit on that. I think you're backpedaling because she was making you money and she was bringing in the views that you needed. No one, and I mean no one that I know, watches The fucking Bachelor. In fact, I can tell you for shit sure, I have not watched The Bachelor or Bachelorette since Trista, aka the first Bachelorette, back in the 2000s. That was the first and only season of The Bachelorette that I've ever watched in my life. And the only reason why I was going to watch this season is because of Taylor. So, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and The Bachelorette sure did a good job of funneling all of these views to The Bachelorette because of Taylor. No one else gives a fuck about The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. That show was dying and didn't have a pulse, and Taylor single-handedly fucking resuscitated it. Clear? I'm sorry, but if Dakota was scratched and beaten and all of these things, then why are you getting back into bed with her? Then why are you sneaking into each other's rooms? Why haven't you filed a restraining order the first fucking time? Why? I just find that hard to believe. But also, I see right through this man's intentions and why he's doing certain things. Also, I apologize if you hear my dog's tap dancing in the background or if you hear my dog flipping the fuck out. They're watching a movie inside and my dog is severely traumatized by other animals. So anytime she sees a horse, another dog, or any other animal, or anything on TV, then she starts flipping out and jumping and hopping around and barking and all of that. So if you hear that in the background, I apologize ahead of time. At the end of the day, I really hope that Taylor gets the help that she needs and that she does get a chance to tell her story and speak her truth. Because one thing Taylor isn't is a liar. She is not a liar. She has never lied about anything that she's ever done. She showed everything of her life online. She has nothing to hide, and there's no reason to start hiding it now. Also, apologies for the late podcast. I was traveling for work, so I didn't have time to record any earlier than today. So here I am. Sorry. So it's going to be up a little bit late. All two of you of my loyal listeners that have watched every week. After being away, I just have a bone to pick with engineers, construction companies, whoever designed the fucking parking garages where, okay, so you go in a parking garage, you park, You walk away, you go do your thing, you come back, and your car's not there. And you're like, what the? I could have sworn I parked here. Why did you have to make these optical illusion fuck ass parking garages where you thought you parked your car here, but if you look down below in between the two levels, you actually see like this hidden fucking compartment of where you actually parked your car, and you're like, how the fuck do I get over there? I don't even understand how that is not where I am right now. Like, why are we making optical illusion parking garages? Like, I don't know if anyone understands what I'm talking about, but oh my God, I was never as frustrated as I was the other day. I kept on hitting the lock button to find my car, and I was like, it was here. Like, I was just here and I just parked. I don't understand. And then you like try and finagle your way like over the wall so you can get to your car, but then there's like barriers and like wire and you can't get there. And then you're like, holy fuck, how do I get my car? I don't even understand what is happening. Like, my brain can't process what is happening right now. Fuck whoever made those and fuck whoever constructed those, because what the fuck is that? Sorry I rambled on and on for who knows how long about the Bachelorette and Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and Taylor Frankie Paul. However, I was irate. I fucking rate anytime I scrolled past. Saw another news article. New video released of Taylor Frankie Paul throwing chair at child. And not for nothing, but Dakota is so calculated. Why were you recording that? And instead of doing something like protecting her child, why did you have a phone in her face? Why are you poking the bear? Like, remove yourself from a situation. Remove her daughter if her daughter was there. Remove you and her from a situation and get the fuck out. Why are you sitting there poking the bear, putting a fucking camera in her face, being like, look, and your daughter's right there? I just can't imagine that being your priority, is to record what's happening and instigating and antagonizing her. I just don't know why we are using a story and a situation from 3 years ago, putting it out there as if it's news, and stating it as fact. Leave the investigation up to the authorities. Stop digging and reaching out to sources to see if they have any more insider information on the situation. TikTok pages who are covering this and monetizing off of Taylor's downfall is disgusting. People who are benefiting and monetizing off of this disgusting, unfortunate situation, they are not here because they care about you and because they care about getting the news out there and because they care about the truth. No, they are benefiting and taking advantage of a situation that is impacting a family and impacting people's real lives. Anyways, I think I'm done rambling and spiraling and flipping out for probably 40 minutes straight or an hour. And let me know in the comments what you think, if you were going to watch The Bachelorette or if you've seen Secret Lives, and what you think of all of this. Again, I just want to state that I am in no way, shape, or form condoning what Taylor has done. I am in no way condoning violence or abuse. However, I think that there is a time and a place. And I think that Dakota has had plenty of time to go through the proper channels to report this and get help and get a restraining order. And I think that all of this is calculated. He is not dumb. He knows what he's doing. Taylor was getting too successful and she was going to go find love. I mean, for the love of God, I heard that she came home after the Bachelorette and that she was engaged to whatever guy's name was Doug. Apparently there was a Doug that she was engaged to. And then she came home from the Bachelorette and started seeing Dakota. So Taylor had Dakota in the back of her mind being like, well, save a rose for me. Save a rose for little old me, Mr. Emasculated Dakota. Save a rose for me. And then she gets home and she's probably happily engaged. And then all of a sudden, there's Dakota back again. So she breaks up with her fiance. Thank you for watching and listening to me ramble on about this topic, about this situation. Let me know in the comments on Spotify and YouTube what you think of this situation. Again, I'm praying for all the families involved and all of the real life people involved. I think that this is a huge spectacle for the entire world. And at the end of the day, none of us really know what happened between them except for them. And it is between them to figure it out or to get help and to finally get each other out of this vicious, toxic cycle that they've been in for a long time. Anyways, thank you so much for watching another episode of the Can I Bitch podcast. Please continue to smash that like button and subscribe and leave a comment and let me know what you think. If you think that my opinion is completely wrong, that's cool. Let me know. Just try and be nice. Don't call me like a dumb bitch and stuff like that. That's gonna hurt my feelings. If you're watching this, please share this video or the podcast itself with your friends on social media and tag me and let me know that you watched. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for listening on Spotify and Apple. I appreciate you so much. I will see you next week. I put out new episodes every Thursday, or like Jenna used to say, Wednesday/Thursday, but I'm going to say Wednesday/Thursday/Friday. Yeah, but I will see you next week. Let's bitch again soon. Toodles noodles.